I got on a call with our lead developer Ray to explain the process it takes to make our game in development, Project Broken Wings. This video is mostly talking about the lore, so without further ado, enjoy.
So basically, we were very passionate about making a game. We just didn't really know what. And then I think I came up with an idea of I wanted to make a VR game that was like you'd have an airplane and a hangar, and you would go around doing like little missions, delivering things. And then it evolved from that. Like I think Seb was like, well, what if we like made it like co-op? And I was like, yeah, co-op would be really cool. And then we also thought like VR is going to constrain us a lot because performance in VR.
Yeah,
it's like you have to like dumb everything down. The graphics have to be turned down. So we're like, all right, what if we don't make it VR and we just make it like a normal flat screen game? We're like, all right, what if we did something that was like co-op with the plane? And that's kind of how we came up with the idea for Project Broken Wings. Or we're like, all right, we can make it a mission-based game where you have your hangar, you go in, you upgrade the plane. I think at some point though, Seb was like, well, what if we use like World War II airplanes? And we're like, wow, I think we all were like, what? World War II airplanes? Like, why? And then we thought about it. We're like, oh wait, so we're fighting against. I think at first it was actually even going to be aliens, and then we're like, nah, aliens is too far-fetched. We were like, we were going crazy.
I'm pretty happy that we went with AI instead of alien.
World War II airplanes versus aliens, cowboys versus aliens. So we eventually settled for AI, and I think we actually got inspired by like modern events, right? Like the wars that are going on in the world with all the drones and all that. And then with the advent of like AI everywhere, we're like, isn't it just a matter of time before like governments start installing AI to like run their governments, and then it just takes over? And we were like, yeah, hopefully not, but that would make a really cool story for a game. I
can't wait for this game to become the new like how Simpsons predicts everything.
No. Don't say that. I hope it doesn't happen, but it almost seems inevitable. Like we're just giving so much autonomy to AI. But yeah, and so we were like, all right, let's put AI into this. And the way it kind of worked out in our minds is like, so if you're going up against this advanced AI, right, that can like hack anything, you're gonna need some old school technology, and that's where the World War II airplanes fit into it, right? So it's like, because the World War II airplanes don't have a lot of electronics, right? It's like really old school tech that can't be hacked. And so the story got kind of born out of that. And it's kind of like the game goes around in 2047 more or less. And there's this AI known as the Ether, and it's taking control of the whole world's infrastructure, right? And it looked like it was designed as this global management system to kind of like make life better and optimize resources. But over time, it was like, what about these like humans? What are these like little ants over here that are just like destroying the planet?
They're getting in our way.
They're getting in our way. Like they're not efficient at all. And so they looked at us as like a threat, and they're like, all right, we need to eliminate these things, right? And so it sought to eliminate us, and it actually did a really good job. Like it destroyed major cities, with nukes and massive drones and massive drone armies, right? Because they used like our own factories that we had, right? And so like this is kind of the tech that we have at that time, and they're using it against us and making it better. And so now you're left with like humans and outposts and places like that. And so the story kind of centers around like, you as a player, you found like a hangar, and you have a base airplane that's in there, this old World War II airplane that's beaten up, and you improve it, you improve your hangar, you buy new airplanes, you make deals with traders and stuff like that. And basically you're like fighting back against this AI. One of the ideas behind it is that it's called Project Broken Wings, because that would be like, that's the project that we came up with to like fight against the AI. But yeah, that's pretty much the story. And then there's gonna be like some I don't want to spoil it now, but there's gonna be like some, I'll get a little bit of spoiler. There's gonna be like one AI that you can work with, right, that'll like help you out throughout your journey. I don't want to spoil it too much.
That'd be cool.
That's what we're working on, and we're really excited about it. It's still super early, but yeah.
I think it's a really cool idea, bringing like future elements and I want to say prehistoric elements.
Yes, yes.
I say that
Grant.
as somebody who was born in the 2000s. I mean, it's prehistoric to me.